Hi everyone and welcome. This is Marcie Besecker and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and welcome to my live video on Sundays. I am skipping the survey. Oh, look at, you can hear me as an echo. Good morning everybody, welcome, or I should say good afternoon. Hello Nola. Welcome, welcome. So, hello, Bonnie, you made it, yay! I'm already thirsty. Hi, Jeannie, Debbie, Sally, hello, Olivia. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So I'm really excited about our card today. It's really cute. It's kind of like a mixed media thing. I was trying to figure out something to do, and I was doing a video chat with my upline, and she said, you know what, I haven't seen some cards. I really want to see something more with the knit sweater. So I was like, okay, I'll come up with something with that. Hi, Sally, Felicia, Patty, Stephanie, Marie, Rebecca, Debbie. Hello, hello, everybody. Yay, yes, Rebecca, you did. Thanks, Sally. I decided to try something different. I shouldn't say different. I don't use curling irons on my hair, so I wanted to do something again because I'm going to a wedding this week. I got a perm because my hair looks like this. This is my hair. I have very, very, very fine hair, and so it's just flat a lot. Oh, good, Felicia. Thanks, Feline. I appreciate it. Thanks, Steph. So I went back with my Velcro curlers, and I wanted to try that for the wedding. We are taking our motor home, and so we're going to be in our motor home getting ready for a wedding, which it's a very nice big motor home, so I'm not worried about space or anything. But anyway, so I wanted to do something more than just my perm, and So anyway, I decided today was a good day to try it because I'm going to be running a couple errands after this, and for you guys, I might as well try it. All right. Okay, so let's see. We have a couple of quick announcements. You guys know I mentioned something new coming. This is Eden's Garden. I am so excited to play with this, and I'm so sad that I am going to be gone this week because I did order it, and I did order it overnight, but overnight when you order on a Friday means Monday. And guess when I'm leaving? That would be Monday. So I'm not going to get to play with it, but it will be here when I return. And so that being said, I'm trying to find my flyer on here, and I don't know if I put it on here. Well, what I want to say is, let's see. I don't think I put my flyer. Let me look. I'm looking. We are going to do Eden's Garden for November's bingo. So it'll be here for November's bingo. I'm trying to find it. I swore I put the flyer on here, but I guess I did it. But this is kind of a little closer look. So there's this beautiful bundle up above. It is the distinctive stamps. You have DSP, there's the cotton paper, the garden gems. So this is going to be a beautiful suite. Now, yes, the gems are unavailable right now, but they will be available soon. Hopefully they'll be here in time for the customers. Have you guys seen the map with all the ships out in the ocean? I bet you they're sitting out there somewhere waiting to come in. Hi, Linda. It is a beautiful set. So I'm excited to play with that. So that's what I'm going to use for November's bingo. So I'm really excited. And I'm also going to do an add-on. So if you are interested in the November bingo with Eden's Garden, you can purchase the bundle through me. And I made it just the bundle, not the collection. And that may change if the gems become available. But I'm not going to stress over that right now because maybe that's just going to show up. And we'll get those anyway. And so right now the bundle, and it's $62 for shipping, tax, everything to me, and I won't. There's no charge. Of course, bingo, I include the shipping back to you. So anyway, that is an option for you. The sign up is not quite up yet, but I wanted to get the dates out there. It's almost ready to go. Okay, let's see. Hi, Susan. Welcome, welcome. All right, so that's one thing about Eden's Garden I wanted you to know. Bingo is coming up, and in October, it's so cute. Here's a sneak peek. You guys asked for a sneak peek, so here you go. It's going to be 2 cards, a gift card holder, and a 3D project. And if you look at the bottom 2 pictures, there's a card and a 3D project that go together, but they don't have to. We're going to kind of do the same theme. I loved it so much on the gift, on not the gift card holder, on the 3D project. I decided to do a card with it too. So you can make it a little gift card to go with the 3D project if you want. It's definitely something you may want to keep, but a great idea for a gift. Felicia, you can't get the suite yet if that's what you're talking about because the gems aren't available. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you can get the bundle. So let me tell you, you can get the bundle and then you can get the stamp set and the die. Just like you can get the suite usually, and then you can get the paper and the gems and get the extras. Now, you know, we have a cap. You can only get so many because they like it to share it and go around. Okay, Felicia. So that's, you know, kind of the thing. You know, we can't hoard them all and buy a bunch for our customers or our downline or anything. Everybody's got to buy their own stuff and get their stuff. But that's, you know, they keep, so for customers, so you know, we can't go buy a bunch and then there's a lot. That's not how it works. So we have a cap that we can only buy a couple. So, yay, Katie, welcome. Okay, so that's it. So again, the bingo in October is going to be a lot of fun. There's the sneak peeks one more time. And I've kind of made a decision. I'm not going to do it this month, but I'm going to make a decision to have a cutoff date for bingo because I like to prep them and get them ready as quickly as I can to get them out to you. So if I do a cutoff date, like let's just say 5 days prior to bingo, I will probably most likely make a few extra sets to have available for people that are brand new, maybe don't know, maybe jumped on, didn't realize they were going to be available, and now they are during bingo day, that kind of thing. So just so you know. That's correct, Nala. That's correct, Feline. Normally, as demonstrators, you can order the bundle or the whole collection, and then on the papers and the consumable items, you can only get 2 of each. So you cannot, you know, get 6 packages of paper or that kind of thing. So anyway, keep that in mind. But the gems are not available yet, which means you can't buy the collection. It's not considered a suite, it's a collection. Also, very, very important, if anything you take away from the Eden's Garden. Remember last year when we had the Butterfly Brilliance and that beautiful paper was the sneak peek with the butterflies, and we got to purchase all of that ahead of time. And we kept telling you the paper will not be available after whatever day. The paper was not going to be available once the catalog went live. So this Eden's Garden is a sneak peek of what's coming in January in our mini catalog. Okay, so they've been giving us, you know, a sneak peek and a pre-order item that we can get early to play with to get us ready for the new catalog. All right, customers are going to be able to buy this in November. However, the papers, the gems, all of that is while supplies last. So as soon as you're able to get them, I would get your paper, get your gems, because in January, they're gone. They will not be in the catalog. The bundle will be. So if there's a mini issue and you can't buy it all, get the paper and the gems and wait on the bundle. The bundle will be there in January. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you. So don't miss out like a lot of people did on that butterfly paper, because once the catalog started, everybody wanted the butterfly paper. Okay. Bingo we talked about. I have a class up. It's Words of Cheer. It is such a cute bundle, and I had so much fun creating these cards. One of them being a shaker card. It's a great, great set. This is for sale now. It's on my blog, and you will get 4 cards, or excuse me, 3 cards, one of them being a shaker card, and then a 3D item. Okay? So now I have the hiccups. I will mail you the kits, and you will also get a private link to a video for that bundle. So there is that. I can't believe that pretty little flyer I made is not on here, but that's okay. We will find it. Let me try something really, really quick. You don't need to see this. I'm going to try and find my image, although that is a great set. Okay, I'm trying to find my new image for you so you have it. Here you go. There we go. Oh. Now if I can just get the text to go away. So you think that you have it all under control and you stay up late, and okay, so it looks a little blurry. I don't know why, but anyway, there you go. So you have the add-on for the bingo that you could do and that kind of stuff. So that you're going to find more details with that coming up. Yeah, that's really blurry, or is it me? Oof. All right, well, let's get busy. We have a lot to do. I can't think of any other announcements other than, you know, I'm leaving on Monday, so I will not be here for Wednesday, and I will not be here next Sunday. And I'm coming home Sunday, so I will be back on Wednesday next week. So please don't forget, after this video, if you can leave comments, come back, leave comments, and let me know what you'd like to see on that following Wednesday for me to do a Whip It Up Wednesday. So hopefully you guys will leave a message. This is what we came up, one of the cards that we came up with last Wednesday. So pretty. So, and then this is the other one. And this was a really fun technique. So if you didn't see it, go back and check it out. And that was a really fun technique too. All right, so today we're doing some mixed media, some fun, so let's just get started. We're going to create this cute little card. I did a little bling on him. This is, we're going to use some embossing paste, some Stella. There's a lot of fun on this card that we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get our papers out. And we have a thick basic white cardstock. And we have a 4 by 5 1/4 panel for the top. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this in just a second. Oh, thanks, Katie. And we're going to do that. We are using the Knit Together stamp set. We're going to use the Knit Sweater dies. We're going to use the Be Jolly. That's where I got the little tree and the star. And then we're going to use our Snowman Season. So we're going to use this little guy here with our punch. So you know, if there's a punch, I will get it. And you know, funny story, I didn't get the stars. I don't remember the name of the bundle, but it's in the holiday catalog. And it's got the stars punch. And I looked at the stamp set. I was like, not really for me. I'm not going to get that. That's fine. However, I keep seeing everybody punching these gorgeous stars out of the bedazzling, and I keep thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to get that. So I ordered the punch only because who doesn't need a punch for stars? And I love punches, so that was silly on my part to not even get that at all. Hi, Carol. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to cut out 5 strips as a stencil. So you're going to, what I did is I cut them out at 1 inch, and you want them spaced so you could kind of, when you put them on there, they're kind of spaced out. And this is going to be a little bit like a template. So we're going to take our knit sweater, and I'm going to pull off this one right here. So I chose to do it differently and not put holes into it. Now you could put holes into your paper. Oh, you can't see. You could put holes into the paper and then just put a piece of paper behind it, like a red strip or a yellow strip, a green strip, you know, whatever, and put your stripes on there in the background, and then they shine through. But I wanted some sparkle, so you can see, let me see if it's a little closer here, if you can tell. So there's some sparkle on there. Can you see all the sparkle on the snowflakes? And I just wanted this to be a little more texture, a little more to it. So I decided we're going to put this piece of paper on here, and I did it just, you know what, let me double check, because I think I just left it, yeah, 5 1/4 is about the size of the paper. It doesn't really matter. You just want it wider than your 4 1/4, or this 4 in this case, on your paper. So I kind of put it just off on both edges. This just gives me that much more room to kind of maneuver. I want it in the middle as much as you can. It's not earth shattering, but it's just going to help you align your snowflakes up. So just kind of lay it down and make sure it's as even as you can get it. And then let's put it through here. Okay, so I'm laughing. My plates are totally not aligned. They're all kind of off and the machine works fine. This machine's a little temperamental because you'll notice if you're on my video for my class, it just seems like it never works during class. It's so funny. I'm like, really? It's a little temperamental guy. It works fantastic when it works. Just sometimes I really think it's when I'm in a hurry that it gets all crazy. Okay, so I've done 5 of these. Okay, you're going to cut out 5 little templates, and I'm going to put that away. Scrape this off into my trash because there's a lot of little, they look like little lightning bolts or something. Look at, they look like little lightning bolts. You can't see it that close. Hi, Janet. All right, there we go. Yeah, so if you decide on the November bingo and you do want the bundle, you can always, in your comment, say you would like the whole collection if it's available, because if it is, that's what I'll invoice you for. But if it's not, then we will just, well, okay, let me answer something really quick, because somebody's asked me. So my blog is hooked up to PayPal Business, so it's all business. So when you go to my shop and you click pay, you're going through my PayPal Business. So it's kind of like I'm invoicing you. It's all, it charges me the fees and the whole bit. So just so you know that that's kind of how it's set up. So what I'm going to do is I will put just the bundle. So it'll be bingo and bundle and just bingo. And then if the collection becomes available, I'll add that option. That way you can choose which one you want to pay for, and we'll go from there. So let's hope our gems come, because we want to add those. And I will add them if they show up at the last minute anyway. Okay, so we have our 5 templates here. So for our 5 different colors. Okay, so let's set this aside. And now we're going to take our front panel. Now, one of the things I think, if you're buying blocks, if you're going to go without a block, it would be the very largest one, in my opinion, because you can take your Stamparatus, take this off, and this is what you have right here. So what we're going to do is, I have this scrap piece here that I've been using, and I'm going to ink it up, and I want to go with Pool Party because it's a lighter color, and I wanted to put some darker colors. Let me bring this back in. Some darker colors on the front for our snowflakes. So I just chose to go with this lighter color, but still so fun. I wanted to tie in a little bit of different colors, like maybe colors that you see on your Christmas lights, not so much blues and greens. Can anyone tell me about what Marcie was talking about? Oh, it's a mini catalog, Carol. In January, a new mini catalog will be coming. Okay, so then you're going to take this I like to lay it here, hold it, and then drop it, okay? And then always keep a hand on it. So see how I'm holding it over here, and then I'm rubbing it here, and then I'm gonna hold this over here, and then go over here and rub it on this side. Really, Steph, because I don't see, it's not blurry on my side. Is it blurry on your guys' side? Anybody else? Okay, so here you go, hold it, here you go, hold it. Now I'm holding it still here. I'm going to pull this up, okay, and then I'm going to take something like this and go underneath, get the corner and lift it, okay? So you just want to make sure you lift it and not like, you know, pull it because it's going to get kind of blurry. So look how pretty that is, that knit sweater. If you're behind, Steph, on the video, and it's when I was showing the bingo flyer, that was blurry. Blurry on TV, but not computer. Oh, okay. I have it on my monitor and my phone, and it's not blurry. Sorry, guys. I don't know why. All right, so there we go. So that's how I like to use the large ones. It also saves space. You don't have those big old huge things. All right, so let's do this first because we need it to dry, right? So what I'm going to do is, you guys know I like to use the craft mats, and so I cut this in quarters because it's probably a little bit bigger than this. It's a little taller. And so I cut them in quarters just so I have them. And I'll show you how big they are. So this is my like real mixed media, my alcohol one. That's how big they are. Okay, that's how big they are. And so I keep this one because this is really kind of covers my desk and while I'm working. But with Stampin' Up! Inks and stuff, this works just fine. This does kind of bleed through sometimes, you can see. So I like to just put my silicone mat underneath just for a little extra protection. Not a big deal. We're going to bring in our paste. And again, I told you I like to put the Ziploc baggie on here because it keeps it nice and fresh. So let me move that over. And I'm going to I have a spatula here. And I'm going to, okay, I'm going to try to get this in camera here. All right, let me scooch over. Okay, I'm going to make 5 little puddles, and you don't need that much. So we're going to make 5, maybe a little more than that. 5 little puddles. Okay, so there's 2, 3, don't need that much. 4 and 5. Okay, so there's 5 little puddles, okay? So you just put your 5 there, and then I immediately cover this back up. So just screw it on with that, and then there you go. And mine stays perfectly fine. Tighten it up. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go lightest to darkest. Well, it doesn't really matter. They're not close to each other, but let's just do this. I'm going to put 2 drops because I want it dark. I want the colors to be really dark and vibrant, not a pastel. So just do 2 drops. And you know, I bet you 1 would be fine, but I'm doing 2 just to make sure. All right. And so just kind of keep it all, you want to keep it all contained where your color is, of course. I'm going to put green. Ooh, that one ran fast. So Granny Apple Green ran really fast. I got 3. It's okay. And then red, I'm going to put 2 for sure because I don't want pink. And it probably would be fine with 1, and you can test it. If you have a spatula or whatever, stir them up and make sure what you get and make sure that's what you want. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit. Okay, so now take your spatula. Make sure you have baby wipes available because you're going to need to clean your spatula. And you want to get your color in here really, really good. Okay. And yeah, this looks like a lot. So I could have probably done one drop. I put a little more paste yesterday. And this is kind of runny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this one off. I took my other one to a project I did, my other spatula. So we're down to one, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is, because yesterday I think I did do a little more paste. And this is a really great, anytime you use paste, it's a really great technique if you are doing a lot of them, because that way you don't have to waste anything. You can keep using them. So I'm just going to pick up a little extra and then put it in here. And then I cannot touch that over there. I can just work over here if that's just too much ink right there. So don't worry about that. Okay. So now that's nice and vibrant and bright. I'm going to take one of my stencils. And then I have some masking tape. It's like a Post-it tape. And I'm just going to make sure I'm on screen. I'm just going to go right below the images there. So just so I can hold on to it, I want them kind of towards the top. And so I'm going to move this over. And I'm just going to do the four of them as close to the middle as I can. So I'm going to align the top of my paper up with this. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm kind of wanting to do the four. I'm going to move it over a little bit. So you're looking at this right here. So just kind of eyeball it. It's not, you know, it's a sweater. Nobody wears the sweater exactly perfect on them. And then you're going to take your paste and you're going to just put it on your snowflakes, okay? And I like to just kind of scrape it as I go. Put it on. You don't need a lot. And then get to the next one. Starting at the top works out great because you are going to be, your hands are going to be down the bottom, and then that way you can just kind of go on. Pick up your extra there. Okay, so there we go. Just make sure it's all on there. Take off any extra. Peel this off. And there are your yellow ones. Okay, and now I'm going to peel this off, and you can throw this away. That's why you're making 5 of them. Throw that away. This dries fairly quickly. See? So don't worry about it. We're going to turn it around. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to just put this on here. Okay, and now I'm going to take a baby wipe and wipe off the yellow. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next color. And we're just going to, I'm going to take a little bit of color on here. I'm going to pick up down towards the bottom. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. All right, so now we have this. And now just go back on here. And I went within the circles now. So what I did is I put the snowflakes kind of in between now. Okay, so just kind of put them in between. Leave a little bit of space. You don't need a whole lot. And if it's not exactly even, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And now hold that down. Go to the next color. And then go down. And then by the time we set this aside and we work on our other part, it'll be dry. All right. I'm going to pick up a little bit of white right here. right, now just make sure you have it all the way nice and smooth as you can. There's some tips up here on your snowflakes. Make sure you get it all. There we go. All right, so there's this one. Peel it up. There you go. Oh yeah, you can definitely add to it. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off again. Because remember, this yellow side's dry. So I'm going to pull in another one. All right, let's clean this off. And just clean it off. As long as you clean it off fairly quickly, it's really not that bad. All right, so the next color we're going to do is red. Now this one should be kind of in the middle. And again, I'm going to offset my snowflakes. And you could put this up on the paper. You could align it. You could take these, align them on the lines. I mean, you can be as with the thought process. Oops, I'm going to grab a little bit more red, a little more white with the red. And I'm going to stay away from that right there because that's a lot of red right there. And I'm just going to do this over here. But I definitely wanted it red, not pink. I'm going to pull a little more in. There we go. Okay, and now here we go. And just take your spatula and then just, we do sell spatulas. I just happen to have this one I've used for a long time. And so I just use what I have. It dries quickly, so I like to go back and make sure I pull it and make sure it's all in the holes, but I pull off that extra because it will start to dry. Okay, so I'm going to go on the very edge right here just because it's like that's where the next snowflake starts. Okay, so we got a little bit there, nothing on that side, which is fine. Okay, so there's our red. See how it's just barely starting right there because that's kind of what our template was, right? So turn that, throw it away. That's, okay, so our colors, I'm sorry. Our colors are Mango Melody. I think I wrote down Daffodil Delight on the supplies, so I might have to change that. Mango Melody, Bermuda Bay, Real Red, Pacific Point, and Granny Apple Green. Oh yeah, definitely. This is so much fun. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to go to Granny Apple Green. So we bring in our next template. Again, I just put it right below just so it kind of holds it on there. All right, and see how you can just keep using your one or two pieces of tape over and over. So I'm going to go this way. My head in the way, I hope not, sorry. Okay, and I'm going to move it down just a little bit because there's a lot of space left. So I'm going to go down a little bit. Let's align it and make sure I'm lined up, and I am. It kind of helps too that you can see the knit and it makes it look like it's aligned. Hi, Carolyn. All right, so now we're going to go with the Granny Apple Green. I'm definitely going to pull some more in over here with some green because I have a bit of green over here. And so you could probably get away with just one because we're doing such a small amount. You could have put one drop of re-inker instead of two. I try to get it off my nails when I see it, but it'll come off with the water when you're done. So don't worry about it. All right, so that is really a pretty green. See how deep the colors are? And if you just want to make sure, but I think with this amount, you would have been fine with just one drop. All right, so I kind of hold it down. I start on the right, and I just work my way. Try not to get up at the top there. So I'm going to come back this way. You don't have to wipe that off. It's on the paper. It's not going anywhere. But just try to not go too close to the edge. All right, so again. And then what you're pulling over, you can also lay down and use it. Okay, I have a little bit left here. And then you can, you know, turn your spatula however you need to. I'm going to be on the edge right here because my little snowflakes going off the edge of my sweater. Okay, so there you go. Again, there's your green. Okay, we're throwing the green away. Back to the red now. See how it's dry, except where I just stuck my finger in the green, which is fine. Make sure you have all your little chads out of your images. There was a little center spot there. Again, I put it right at the bottom. I think I might have done a video, you guys, with a couple different things to do with texture paste. I can't remember for sure. If I did, I will link it. But honestly, I can't remember, but I thought I did. Or at least I might have shown a couple different things you can do. All right, so you want to make sure you're not hanging off the edge on the bottom. So I'm going to go right about there. All right. Oops, where's my white? All right, so now I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm going to put it over here. Oops, except I forgot to wipe off my thing. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I pulled it out, wiped my hands off, and didn't do that. So I want to get the green out. Oh well, there might be a little bit of green, but that's okay. We'll move that over there. But I will pick up the rest of this white. You guys probably hear my phone going off. It's the door. It's my husband going in and out. He's loading up the motorhome. All right, so there we go. What a pretty blue. All right, so here we go. So remember, don't have it go off the top. I'm going to turn it just a little bit. Oh, I guess I won't, because I have to remember that it's so close to the bottom that the tape is really kind of on the paper. All right, so just keep going across. There we go. All the way across. Make sure all your snowflakes are filled in. Yeah, I knew this one squished out a little bit, but that's okay, because that's where the sentiment goes anyway. All right, so see, you use this the whole time. Now we'll move this out of the way. My paper wasn't down all the way. I wasn't holding it down, so it kind of squished in. And right here, I'm just going to rub it off. I don't care that there's a little bit of blue right there, because that's kind of where the next piece would go. But let's clean this off the best we can. So you're just going to take your spatula. See how it's already hardening at the top? We're going to take that. And so I like to just kind of at least get the big parts off. All right, throw that away. Look, I even got some that ran away over here. Your nails are snug. Oh. Oh, thanks. You know, Katie, I'm going to a wedding and it has a peach color and it's actually a much softer peach than this. And I thought that this was a little bit lighter. I don't know why, because I've wore it before and I really like this color, but I thought it was lighter. But it's still going to be fine because it's a, my dress has a lot of peach in it. So it's going to be, it'll be nice. But that's why I chose this color. Okay, so see how clean that comes up, and I'll wash it when I'm done. It's going to be fine. It'll come right off. Let me just see how dry it is. So we're not going to worry about all of this, but I want to make sure that there's no loose puddles that are going to get all over. Okay, so now we're going to set this aside, but see, look at that. It's already dry. So it's going to dry really quickly. And like I said, our sentiment stuff's going to go over that on the bottom, so I'm not worried about that. Now I have some paper. I'm just going to pull over a bunch of paper. This is our card base. I'm going to move it so I don't get it confused. And that. Okay, so now we are going to stamp. I'm going to bring in this. And, oh, I have this. We might as well do this really quick. So what I like to do is I like to take the branches and just get my little branches out here for my arms. And then this one is going to be for my nose. So I've got my little corn cob. Okay. And then what I normally do is I normally will put this in as a template, but I'm not going to do that this time. We're just going to, I'm only doing one. If I was doing a bunch, I would do something a little bit different. But for now, we need our snowman, which is right here. And let's put him, oh, how funny, my blocks were stuck together. I cleaned them yesterday. I know. Don't be shocked because I've been saying I need to clean them forever and I finally did. Look at that. Oh. All right, so there's a hat. And I think that is all we used because we did do our little arms in the brown. So, yeah, let's do that. Oh, you know what? We don't even need to stamp our little snowman. We'll use this guy because I have an extra. But we will do our little hat because we definitely need a hat. So I look at this. It's at a weird angle on this side. So I'm going to stamp over here. And I'm going to stamp like at a kind of a same angle that it shows. So we can have that done. I love this snowman set because it gives you so many different little options. And of course it has a punch, so hello. Okay, I'm not going to cut that out until we color it. I think when you do mixed media type stuff, you really go through the baby wipes. And now my daughter-in-law is calling me and I can't answer. Sorry. All right, so I brought in some blends and I have a whole bunch of them here in my little basket. And, oh, I'm like, where did my stamps go? I set them in my drawer. I would have never found them. Okay, so what we're going to do first, let's do the hat. So I'm going to do the light and the dark black with the light smoky slate. So here's light smoky. Here is the light and dark basic black. I'm also going to use dark real red for the berries. And I'm going to use Just Jade is what I chose. Oh no, Granny Apple Let's see. Oh gosh. All right, so the Granny Apple, I think I just went with the dark. Okay, so we're going to do the dark one. Sorry, my daughter-in-law's throwing me off with her questions. She texted me. And then I'm going to go fill it in with the light. Her mom's here and they're asking a question on where to buy something. So I'm going to go on the light on the stripes. And what I did is I did the one, oh, let me pull the camera in just a little bit. I did the one next to the, oops, hello. That was a test. No, just kidding. The one next to the berries, I did the lighter green. I don't want the dark green there. I want the lighter one. But I just did the middle of the leaves with the darker. See, now my TV does look a little blurry, but I think when I get close, it does out. Yeah, the silicone mat does make it easy for cleanup for sure. All right, so we're going to do the berries. Red. And this little stripe over here, we're going to do red. Like it's a little striped hat. Now I'm going to take the dark basic black and I'm going to fill in all the little shadow spot right here. I'm going to go underneath the cherries across the little ribbon and right up in there. Just around in where everything would be, you would think would be dark. Now I'm going to take the lighter basic gray or basic black and just kind of blend those corners in a little bit. And now I'm going to come from the other side inward and leave a little bit of a white spot. Now again, you know I'm not a professional. And then I'm going to take the light smoky slate and then just kind of go back and forth and blend it in really good right there. I'm not good enough to leave a white spot to make it look like the light shining there with the white, but I will do the gray to just kind of blend that in a little bit. Okay, so that kind of gives it a little bit of a, text her back really quick if you can. I'm going to, let's see, hold on. They are here, her mom's here from out of town. So I'm telling her I'm doing a video, but I did answer her question. And her mom needs something, and we are all leaving tomorrow for the wedding. And so I'm hoping I can get back on here live and... Okay, I'm back on live. Sorry about that. I've got commercials going, but I'll be caught up in a second, I hope. Okay, I'm here. Thank you, guys. Okay, so now this is ready to die cut. So yeah, she's trying to find out. Her mom needs to get something for the wedding and wondered where she could go. All right, so there's the hat. Yay. So for our snowman, we don't have to do his little nose because we already have his little corn cob, but I don't like to leave him just white like that. So I'm going to take my, oops, I need to grab one thing. My light smoky slate, and I just take the little brush in. No, I'm not going to because it's starting to fray a little. I've been using this quite a bit. I'm going to go over the lines just lightly. And then I'm just going to kind of go like this underneath the neck. And then right here where it shows. And then I'm just going to go here and I kind of get a little darker. Because this is where they sit on top of each other, right? The little. And then I'm going to do this way. And then I just kind of come across like that. See how I did that? And then what I do is I take my my color lifter. I'm going to take the larger side and I'm just going to really kind of come in and blend it. It's just kind of blended in. And it'll turn to a super soft, soft, soft gray. Because we know that snow is not super clean, right? But mostly this is a shadow. So see the difference between the second snowman? You can see a little gray area, but not like this. So now I'll just kind of come in, I go underneath. And then just blend it. And I just do kind of circular motions, and then I kind of feather it out a little bit. Okay, so there we go. And then same with his cheeks. Just blend them out a little bit. Now you could add color to that if you wanted, but I think once you do add the corn cob on there and all that kind of stuff, you really don't need that. All right, so let's go ahead and add our snowman. Oh, you know what, we're just gonna, you know what, let's put them together so we don't lose everything. Okay, is my chat still working, you guys? Because I left and came back and it got kind of wonky on my video. Okay, so I like to put the longer fingers up because I think of those as like the thumbs. They're kind of set apart a little bit. So I'm going to put this one. And don't, I was just going to say, don't put this on and then pull it off because it will pull off your paper. And I'm looking for, here we go. So I'm going to put his little arm on here, but it stuck to my finger. But I like to use my piercing tool because it will pull it off. So see the little, I have paste everywhere. And then this one is going to be the top one, so I'm going to go like this. And I'm just adding the glue dots, and I'm just going to have his arms going up. Hello. Can someone comment? I just want to make sure that my comments are working because nothing's happening. And I want to make sure once I came back, everything's working okay. All right, so there's our cute little guy. And now we're going to take his nose. And, oh, good, Gloria. No, I just went away and made that quick phone call to my daughter-in-law, but I had to get out of my chat. And sometimes it kind of freezes up. But it's working, so that's good. Okay, so then I'm just going to put a little bit, tiny bit of glue to add the tiny little nose. His little corn cob. And it's there already. Just, I want to make sure it's not on his mouth or on his eye. But I need to move it upward. There we go. It's like right under his eyes because you don't want it on his mouth. Okay, so there's that. And then for the hat, I added a little bit. Thanks, guys. Hi, Norma. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit on his hat. And we're going to reinforce all of this when we put it on because we're going to add dimensionals. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and set him aside for right now. And we are going to stamp our tree. So again, I have this paper and the Be Jolly did the tree. I just thought this tree was just so cute with the Santa. It was just so perfect for this fun little sweater. All right, so let's add our tree. All right, and we're going to add our little star. And I'm going to do it separate. And I've got a little halo, but they're being cut out, so I'm not worried about it. For some reason, this one set was kind of cut a little wonky. so back in with our markers. So the tree, I used the Just Jade. So with the darker one, I just kind of went around the outside, went around the lines. Nothing extra special. I just kind of wanted to add a little bit of depth. And so we're going to come around. Okay, so we're going to do that. And now I thought, yeah, I did. We're going to take the lighter, and I'm just going to go start around the edges and go in little circular motions just to add. I like to go around the ornaments right away so I don't, like in that area, so I don't accidentally go through them. Now I don't have to even go close to that. All right. And you want to go over that line, just kind of blend that in a little bit. Again, just kind of blend that darker. And again, now I like to go around my ornaments. Now this again was one of those things I could have done ahead of time. Yesterday, did you guys have a good world card making day? I did not do any videos, but I was on with my upline and one of my downlines, and we kind of crafted and talked a little bit. And I'm in the middle of a huge project, and my upline is in the middle of a huge project, and my downline's starting her project. And so we were talking about that and basically kind of sharing how we like to mass produce items. And I have one little like furry thing right there. All right, I feel like I keep needing to, a question about your fine tip glue. Did you squirt the Tombow in the empty bottle? Yes. No, I squirted it right inside, because you can undo this. And then just make sure you go like that so that it comes out of the neck part. And then I just squirted it in. Yep, just squirt it right in there. I love it. In fact, I'm going to do it right now. I'll do it because it's getting low. So I'll show you. And I just keep adding it in. And I think it holds 2 bottles, maybe, bottle and a half. Something like that. I can't remember now because I just keep filling it up now. All right, so there's our green. Don't let me forget, and I'll do that. In fact, let me grab a bottle real fast. And that'll remind me. Okay. All right, so now I just chose soft suede, I believe. Yep. So I just did the dark. I went just down the lines. That's it. I didn't even go around the outside because there's not that much room. And I definitely wanted to add a little bit of a texture in there. So I just kind of went lightly across to fill in the color, and that's it. So you can still kind of see some dark lines. Now I took our daffodil. Do you get the tips? Okay, so what you're going to get is you're going to get a little rubber thing that comes around that clips on top. I take mine off and I put a straight pin in. And the straight pin for me, oops, works really nice. And you will need more than one because it gets kind of sticky and gooey, and then you get the glue on it. And so I throw it away and just get a new one. But yes, so it comes with like a little rubber cap. So yeah, there's a link in the description below for the bottles. I am not an affiliate with Amazon. I used to be, but I just don't mess with that anymore for now anyway. So with Amazon, so I just there's a link down there just so you can kind of get the right thing, the one I get. Okay, so I went around with the dark Daffodil Delight, and then on the light one, I just fill that in. Okay, and then the same with this. I just do where the little lines are on this one because they're so small. there's like 2 little lines. So I just kind of do that, and then I just fill it in with with the light. And I don't even really try to blend those because it's so tiny. I just want to have a little of a different color, so I do that. So now with the Real Red, I do the same thing. I just go over the little lines. Oops, I just messed up and did both light bulbs, but that's okay. I would have done a bulb and one of these kind, but it's all right. All right, so there's that. All right, and then now I'm going to do blue, and I did Night of Navy. Okay. Again, on the lines. You're welcome, Carol. All right, and then just fill this in. And you could have done a green one or gold or, you know, whatever else you wanted on here, but the sweater is really kind of what I wanted to show, so I'm not too worried about this being too much. All right, so I'm going to cut this out because I want it smaller. And if you don't go close enough, now on something like this, I didn't keep a white line because there's a lot of color in the background. But you could always go around it with a black pen. So if it bothers you, it doesn't bother me that much because the background is lighter. So it's not like you're really gonna see too much. All right. Now I did use some white liner tape on part of the project. So I'll show you. I hope you guys will take a look at the Words of Cheer class. The cards are so cute. And so I'm also going to start trying to give some little sneak peeks of items for the bingo. This time especially because normally I tell you what set I'm using or if it's, you know, one set, but sometimes there's going to be different things I'm going to use, not just one set. Like this one's going to be my favorite thing. So gosh, I have way too many favorite things because there's so much more I wanted to do. But I think you're really going to like this bingo. And like I said, if you hadn't heard, my upline saw my 3D project and said, oh my gosh, because I had to order something to go with it that you'll be getting. And a couple things actually. And so she's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make 60 of those. So she's making 60 of them. And yeah, it's really, really cute. Okay, so this, we're going to do a glue dot. Add it on our star, and then we're going to secure it with a dimensional on the back. I like the little pointy part going down, so I'm just going to put my little star right there, like that. And then we're going to next, let's put our dimensionals on there first. If you don't want to stick the needle on the tip. Jewel Bingo, you can register for it now. It is going to be October 19th for my October one. And I'm going to pull this out a little bit now. And you could go on and register now, and in the note section just say I'm going to, you know, pay the week of or whatever, just so I can kind of know, because that way I can plan. I want to try and get some kits to you guys as soon as possible, especially because bingo's the 19th and I'm leaving town the 23rd. And so I want to make sure I'm going to a stamping retreat. It's kind of a birthday stamping celebration. So that's where I will be. All right, I'm going to put some big ones on here. Just because it's kind of on a texture, and I just want to make sure. I'm holding them in my hand and I'm looking for them. Silly me. All right, so see how I put one on the star there? So that's going to stay secure. And then on my snowman, I'm also going to put one on his hat and his head. So I'm going to add one there. I'm going to also add one right in the mid. No, I'm going to cut this one in half, because I like to just make sure that the arms aren't going to go anywhere. So I'm going to put one there on the arm here and one over here, just to make sure. And then we'll put one more at the bottom. So he's good. So we'll put those aside. All right, so I took the Be Jolly bean that we used the tree from there, and I'm going to do a Merry. Oh, let me see. What's my other one? Yeah, you know what? I want to do the Merry Christmas, I think. Let's do Merry Christmas from here. We'll do it a little bit bigger than the last one, because I like that idea. All right. We're just going to wing this. And I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to make sure that this is... I think I need to re-ink this pad. I don't know what I did with my other one. Oh, it's in my to-go kit because I'm taking some crafting with me. All right, so I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. There we go. I'm taking crafting with me for on my trip, so that will be fun. I don't know if I'll have time because the wedding party, and then they're gonna have, the girls are getting massages. I opted not to because it's my daughter-in-law's sister's wedding and her mom's there, and I'm like, you guys go get your massages and I will babysit, so they don't have to worry about that. I think I'm going to go a little bit more, and so I will babysit and they can go do all that fun stuff, and then I'm babysitting when the guys all go golfing. So yeah, I do too. I'm all about a cute font. And I didn't leave any room to do a tail on it, and I'm okay with that. But I think I'm going to leave it straight because of the little snow that I'm putting on. So I'm going to pull out my extra pieces here, and I'm going to choose this one. See how this one has some bigger pieces, and this is pretty big. So I'm just going to go right to there, and I'm going to go right to the center of this and go there. So I'm going to pull all of that off. Turn this over. This part's on the corner, so I'm going to do this one here. Oops. And I'm just going to go down to this edge. Like that. It was coming off, so I'm just going to take it off and set it on my silicone mat. And so now what I did is I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put a piece. This stamp set, the Merry Christmas, is from the Snowman Seasons. It's this one right here. And then this says Hoping this season builds heartwarming memories. So now I'm going to take these off because these don't have the glue off. This one does. But I want to put this on here because I'm going to add this. And so I'm going to put it right above. Okay, this is my tear tape. So we're going to take that off. I don't need it to go off the edges. I'm not worried about that. So just straight across. And now I'm going to take my ribbon as soon as I can find what I did with it. Here it is. So I took this ribbon. What DSP package is this from? This is not DSP. I created this. This is using the knit sweater and the knit sweater dies, and I used embossing paste. The glitter shimmering embossing paste. Okay, so now we're going to take the ribbon, and this is our the white glittered organdy ribbon. And oops, we do need to take that off though. Okay, so see how this is all dry except the sticky I just stuck my hand on. And I'm going to start at the edge of the ribbon and I'm going to go under. So take this and just tuck it to go right there, and then just kind of twist it and stick. Twist and stick. And it's white. It's clear. You're not going to really see it, so it doesn't really have to be super crazy. You don't want it to go over each other really, because it's not going to stick through each other too much. So just kind of twist it as you're putting it on. And on this last little piece, I'm leaving it just a tad bit longer so that I can also just tuck it under and then stick it down. Okay, so that just kind of gives a little bit of a snow. I know it's hard to see, but see how it's like ruffly and it's all stuck on there. So what I did is I used that to be my snow. So your snowman and your tree aren't just kind of floating out there. So I don't think that I'm not worried about the arms. I didn't glue them down, but I did tuck his little self right under and I tilted him. Okay, so just stuck him under the tree. That way they're not just kind of floating on the sweater. Thanks, Jewel. All right, so we're just going to take this little tree and just stick the little tree just a little under the, oh, I want it a little more over here. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Now we are so not done. We're going to add our Merry Christmas on here. Now, if you wanted to add